Yo, 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 what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy, BN, OM Jizzle, Ali Bizzle for Shizzle my nizzle. Let's get it crack-a-lackin' today. Oh my gosh. Today is a day among days because your boy was really... It's hard to say right all along. What I would really like to say is had a continuous belief and faith in that something like this would come out. What are we talking about? Well, fam, as always, of course, make sure you sub, like, and ring that notification bell. You can also join the Discord to get updates on content and engage in the discussion. Major news has come out. The highly anticipated server-versus-server game mode Legion of Frostborn is arriving with version 1.7. I just want to say, ye, for some of you, even though I still love everyone, ye of little faith. Again, I want to really hammer this point home, right? Is that, yes, right? Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Without a doubt, there is never a guarantee that an SvS or a KvK is going to be coming to any kingdom builder, regardless of it being successful or not. But what I will say, as much as I have always said, is that games that see a trend of success higher than others, therefore have a higher percentage chance of including this type of game mode and feature. That is what I have always been banking on, as much as I've always been preaching. And now they finally announced. Now keep in mind, this is crazy because no one was expecting this to come out as early or as soon as it apparently is. Now, bear in mind, just like Throne of the Supreme, it doesn't mean that it's going to start right away the moment that the update drops. There's probably going to be a delay, right? We got to go in with some realistic expectations. Now, yeah, do I think this is great, right? 1.7, usually when they tell us that an update is coming, right, you can anticipate maybe a week or two because there's certain days that they like to try and line up the updates on. So I would say probably here within about a week, we're most likely going to get another update on when the patch, or as far as like, you know, again, they're going to open up the Pioneer server for us to go and do some testing. We'll be able to see some other new things. Probably 2 weeks from there, we might see some patch notes. So again, I would say within about 2 weeks, right, we're going to have a little clearer picture and more information. In addition, they even gave us a freaking amazing preview of what the map is going to look like. We're going to show that off in a second, but let's read through the rest of this update. Right, it says, in the game mode, lords from different servers will journey to the frozen lands of the north and fight a massive war with the aim of occupying Gnome's capital. This is interesting because someone was just pointing this out yesterday in the general chat. I can't remember who it was, but you know who I'm talking about if you're watching this video, and a anonymous shout out to you, is they were talking about how it'd be cool if, again, it was a separate map. We have also hinted that we'd love for it to be a separate map as well earlier on in some of our suggestion videos. But one of the points that they had mentioned for the individual who posted this in the Gen chat was that it'd be cool if there was capitals, buildings that you're basically having to fight for and over, which lines up really with the current kind of game mechanics and systems that are in place, right? So this is awesome. One, we get a confirmation just from this post that it's going to be on a separate map, which is, in my opinion, just the better option to go forward in doing. Great to hear that. Legion of Frostborn will take place on an independent map covering a region that extends out from Norheim's frozen realm. There beyond Harold's ice wall, right? So again, going in-game, right, if you go north of that, you see the wall, so it's cool that they're basically, it's almost like they're coming up with this map that's north of your wall, right? And what's interesting is if we take this all the way back, and this is what really gets me, if you connect some dots and you really look at the trends, there was something that was rumored early on where they said that there was going to be some kind of an event that is north of the wall, and we heard this touted. I actually heard this rumored in beta, that there was something that was going to happen, but they never said what it was. So when we look at this now, right, it's very interesting Because, like, look, if we go, let me just give here, and again, this is not going to be the prettiest because I'm going to have to, like, jerry-rig this a bit. But let's go here on my main, and again, quality is going to be a little bit lower here because I didn't actually already have this up. But, again, right, remember, this is the frozen wastes up here. And if I go and I zoom in on the map, right, and I just go, here, let me just zoom out just so we don't get the, here you go, right, yeah, so see, you could see this, right, this is the north wall, right, you have the insignia here, I don't know if there's an insignia there, we're not going to play the Illuminati game where we're trying to, like, figure out the hidden messages, but this is the frozen waste, right, north of the wall. Again, we just don't know what's up here because there's nothing that has really been there as of yet. Okay, so now, let's go back, we're going to read this, then we're going to show you the map and give you that sneak peek. So, what now we also are seeing here is some details that they're providing, right? We have, the map is roughly square-shaped, right? This is pretty consistent from other kind of KvK SvS maps that we've seen. In addition to, let's see here, the map is divided into 3 concentric resource zones. Okay, interesting. The outermost resource zone is further divided into 8 provinces. Checkpoints sit between resource zones. Oh, this is dope! They're actually telling us, based on this, that it looks like they're going to divide some of the territories up and maybe do some kind of a gating system, similar to something we've seen in other kingdom builders. I actually think this could be a good move that I like, where the map isn't just completely open. Instead, they're going to kind of do it in like an interval stage period. This is awesome to see. Again, they're going to be giving us more, which is great. Let's look at how the map is going to be looking now, right? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do this, just so I can give you guys the quick screen over change. Now, here we go. KvK is coming. They give you a look at the map right here. So what they're basically saying is there's going to be 3 RSS zones, and then in the outermost zones, right, so maybe they're going to do a ring thing. Maybe it's going to be like the outer ring, the middle ring, the center ring, right, and then you have the provinces that are divided. You're kind of fighting for the gates. Again, we're going to have to wait to see a little bit more, but this almost indicates, hey, here's the north of the frozen waste. The north of that is actually going to be the KvK portion, right? You see how the dots are connecting. Again, just really awesome. I can't say how amazing it is to have them announce KvK and SvS at this time. Remember, the game released January 28th of 2021, right? So you're basically going February 1st, which is 2, to 11/1. It's been 9 months, right? That is, again, we were estimating somewhere around a year before we heard something, right? 1.7 to 1.8 was our guesstimate based on when Throne of the Supreme was released in their 3-stage rollout of 1, wanting to get Illusion Battlefield out, Throne of the Supreme, which was the cross-server arena, and then eventually KvK, in addition to the screenshot that was shared in the general chat from an interview that one of the IK team members did, talking about how KvK and some of these other features are going to be coming sooner than expected. So when we add all of this up, it is amazing to see that they're rolling this out as soon as they are. Again, I expected 1.7 to 1.8. I'm not mad that it's coming out now. I'm happy. But I think, like with everyone, right, I also have a realistic expectation. And my realistic expectation is that even though we hope and we would love for it to be super polished, bear in mind, always take it with a grain of salt, right? The first version and the first variation of anything we are anticipating and hyping up, right, always go in with lower expectations. Why? Because then you'll always be happier in the end if it exceeds that. Knowing that this is a trial, right? The first version is always going to be the trial, the test version, right, to build off of, right? So we should never be disappointed. We should never be angry. We should look at it always as an opportunity to give good feedback, constructive criticism, and have a blast and a great time playing, right, in the first cycle of KvK that comes out. This is now, in addition, going to be a bigger selling point, which, again, like we've always talked about for servers that have been promoting SvS or KvK earlier than others and preparing for it on day one, right, those servers are now going to also probably have a little bit of a leg up on others, and they might be sought after by other players and other groups, especially given how migration is becoming more of a prevalent ecosystem within Infinity Kingdom. All I can say is I am ecstatic. I'm extremely excited. I cannot wait to get some more information on KvK. I actually think it's interesting how they say KvK is coming here, but then in the post they say the highly anticipated server versus server game mode. Let's just make up our mind. Call it SvS or KvK. Don't try and double dip. I'm just joking. I love you all. Outside of that, let me know what you all think in the comments below. Were you expecting this to come out as early as it did? Do you like some of the details that we're hearing about it so far? What do you think about the dot connections that we're making from the frozen waste to what's going on? Were you someone who anticipated this? Did you hear this rumor early on? Let me know anything and everything you guys are thinking down there. That is it for your boy. I am out. Signing off. We will catch y'all later.